Hello, yes, Danhausen here. Very nice, very evil. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Haul Yeah podcast. And I hope everyone in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day, Hausen. Yes, enjoy it and love that Danhausen.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, UK time. It's 1 minute past 11 p.m. In the UK. That is a big, big banner. It's bigger than It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. Let's get the smaller one on there. Yes, indeed. What are your thoughts on? We're talking about Cesaro leaving the WWE. I'll move that, and then I'll bring it back in later if we need it. Guys, we're here to talk about Cesaro leaving the WWE. It's lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. There are 6 people in, which is better than normal for these things. These things don't usually attract a big crowd, so thank you so much for joining me. Anthony will be along in a minute. He's just walking home from work. We are going to talk about the Swiss Superman, one of the stalwarts of the last 10, 11 years in WWE. Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli, leaving WWE, and what is next for the Swiss Superman. Obviously, as you guys know, with these How Would You Book, this is about you guys. So you guys give me questions and I'll try and answer some questions. Anthony's going to come along as well and answer some stuff too. But what do you guys think? Where is Cesaro going? What is the glass ceiling again? We'll bring about that glass ceiling. What's the limit for Cesaro now that he's left WWE? Obviously, people are initially going to say, AEW. I know Eddie Kingston's already said that Cesaro won't have the balls to join. Won't have the balls to join AEW. Let's see, we got 7 comments. It's lovely to see. Again, thank you so much to you guys for being here, because again, these don't typically do that well. We don't normally get that many people in, so thank you so much. So Sassy says, hey Dom, hey Sassy, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Cesaro out of WWE, something I thought I would never see. Yeah, I know, I thought he was alive for 2, and from what I can see, he was offered a contract. He was offered another contract to continue with WWE, but it wasn't the money and the level that say Kevin Owens or AJ Styles has gotten. And I think that's what has, from what Fightful and PW Insider reported, it wasn't to the level that Kevin Owens and AJ Styles got. And that's what Cesaro, why Cesaro didn't end up re-signing with the company, didn't end up didn't end up getting his contract renewed with the company. And I think that is, that's sad. Cesaro was always, he was the perpetual mid-carder, so I can understand from a financial perspective why they wouldn't wanted to have given him that amount of money, the AJ Styles money or the Kevin Owens money. But again, there's been no better stalwart for the WB. A WB lifer, you would probably call Cesaro. In any other situation, he was the perfect mid-card guy, the guy that you called upon to go to NXT UK, to go to Europe, to go and, put over Mansoor in Saudi Arabia, very much in the same way Dolph Ziggler is, but Dolph Ziggler has $1 million a year contract. So why not give that to Cesaro and keep having him put over this talent and sort of give this talent the attention and the support that they deserve? And that's what I would have, I would have put Cesaro in that bracket, and as the guy that could always put over new talent, always support new talent. And so I was surprised as anybody, because even though I'm not surprised, like I said, that he didn't get the Kevin Owens money, the AJ Styles money, and that is, from what is reported, the reason he didn't re-sign. I could still give him $1 million. I know Dolph Ziggler's on $1 million a year. You could still give him $1 million deal a year and have him be there, for another 5-10 years, putting over new talent. And having the occasional cracking main event feud, like we saw the potential there. with Roman Reigns, with his feud with Seth Rollins, his win with Seth Rollins at Mania. Anthony's just joined in. I'll let him. Yeah, I'm not going to put you on yet. Don't worry. He's waiting. He's waiting in the wings. Scott Frame. Hey man, how you doing, Scott? Well, absolutely, mate. Good to see you. Me too, George, but they don't evaluate talent well. Yes, Sassy, elaborate a little bit more on that. When you say evaluate, do you mean that they just didn't think it through properly? Didn't think Cesaro's value through properly, or his, literally his monetary value? Is that what you're discussing there? What you're talking about? You could possibly return to ROH and reform the Kings of Wrestling with Chris Hero. Well, ROH are rumored to be restarting in some form in April. But again, we don't know if it's a wrestling company. So, we don't know the scores with that. And Chris Hero, I'm yet to see, I love Chris Hero. Obviously, he had a stint in NXT UK even before he finished up with WWE. Great, again, all-round talent. But I haven't seen anything of Chris Hero. I'd love for them to reform the Kings of Wrestling somewhere. I actually think, and this is, we'll debate whether it's AEW, whether it's Impact Wrestling, but I think Cesaro is one of those guys that could be a world champion in Impact Wrestling and do the same as Bobby Lashley, perhaps, and Bobby Lashley and who was the other one that did really well? John Morrison. Who went and became Impact World Champion and didn't have, Christian Cage. There you go. If Christian Cage can go and become an Impact Champion and reinvigorate his career in Impact, I'm not saying Cesaro will be back in WWE eventually, but maybe he will. But he's 41. But there's enough time. I would actually say Cesaro is better served in Impact Wrestling than he is in AEW. But obviously Eddie Kingston has already challenged him. Ring of Honor, I don't think so. I need to make sure Anthony's. Hang on, let's try and.
I'm ready for my entrance.
Well, you ready for your entrance? Well, come on then. There you go.
That's the worst ring announcement ever.
Hang on. And from Kingston upon Hull, weighing in excess of 300 pounds, Anthony freaking Nathan. How you doing, man?
Excess of how much?
100 pounds.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hey man, how you doing? You all right? No, actually, man. It should be said. We joke, but you've been. Last time I saw you, you lost a bunch of weight and you look fantastic. I just want to say, now that I've got you in front of me, you are looking well, and I'm imagining you've had a really stressful day at work, so you probably look better than you feel.
No, yesterday was a tough one, but today was fine. I'm happy to be talking about Cesaro with you and all the HULLAMANIACs, brother.
Indeed, we've got it must be because you are here. There's obviously always a calling for you to arrive on stream, and it must be, normally we get 2 or 3 people on these, so we've got 7 people in talking about Cesaro. It's because you're here. You are the real rock star, the real star attraction of the Gimme a Hull Yeah podcast.
It's all you.
Everybody wants you, man. So I've basically just given my thoughts. We try and keep these, typically between half an hour and an hour, running through points. For me, from what I've read from PW Insider and Fightful, the reason Cesaro didn't re-sign, he was given the option to re-sign. They wanted to keep him, was simply that they wasn't offered, AJ Styles money, $3 million a year, Kevin Owens money, similar. And he obviously, as you can imagine, he thought he was worth more than what they were offering him. So I could understand why he wouldn't re-sign. I did make the point that, Dolph Ziggler was kept on, and he's on $1 million deal. It must be, I would wager it was less than that.
I think it's interesting because you just said about AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and I do think Cesaro is as talented a wrestler as them.
I do, but he's not in the main event picture, is he? And he never has been.
But that's not him. That's their booking. That's the treatment of Cesaro as opposed to anything else. And maybe he does value himself as much as them guys. And actually, I think it does warrant an argument. I mean, whether or not he hasn't been presented as that. But at the same time, he is as talented as that, and he can put over young people. Have you said what your hopes are for him in the future?
Pretty much. I think, obviously, people are talking about AEW being overcrowded already. There's some surprising revelations. While we're talking about news, Brian Cage is still with AEW, which is a big surprise.
What?
They opted to renew his contract with him.
Wow.
So he was as surprised as anybody, but they have renewed Brian Cage's contract. So basically, AEW has a lot of people, and you've got to expect, we've already seen. So Isaiah Swerve Scott is all elite, although he hasn't debuted. Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews.
So your reaction, great reaction there, Dom.
Thanks, man. It took me so long to figure that out, but I'm glad it was done. And then obviously Jeff Hardy, you've got to assume is going.
A lot of talent. I mean, I think if you are going to bring him into AEW, you need to do the Kings of Pro Wrestling. You need to do a tag team, and you need to form him with
Chris Hero.
With Chris Hero, yeah, you need to do him and Chris Hero.
Well, you see, I would suggest, because I liken Cesaro, similar impact culturally. He could potentially, because I still believe Christian is a bigger name. You put him in Impact Wrestling.
I don't think I think that's a great idea. I think him and Chris Hero in Impact.
Yeah, in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, I think
Claudio Castagnoli, if that's the name he's going to go forward, with, which is fair, or Claudio, whatever, he could be an Impact champion within months. You could have cracking feuds, and you could reinvigorate his career. Because let's not forget, people look down on Impact sometimes. Let's not forget Bobby Lashley was in Impact before he came back to WWE. Let's not forget John Morrison. Let's not forget
WWE's talent.
Killer Cross, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Yeah. So I think I would rather than see him in AEW have a few banging matches and then on Dark or whatever. Because I think that's one of the criticisms people have of AEW is they kind of have these big debuts and then. Yeah. And then they kind of, get lost in the shuffle. And I think
at the same time, he's such a talented wrestler that it's not necessarily about him being an on-screen talent. It's about him working with people. And if AEW are developing future stars, then that's exactly what I do. And when I say put him in a tag team with Chris Hero, it'd actually be a faction that I think he should be part of. And you look at the Cody Rhodes family, they've all dissipated now because Cody was left. So someone like Lee Johnson, put someone like Lee Johnson with Cesaro and Chris Hero, and you've got a lot of learning capabilities there.
I agree. I like that a lot.
If you had someone like Hybrid too, who don't really seem to be doing anything, but again, I think Angelico is a really underrated technical wrestler, and I think working with them guys could really highlight his strengths.
Yeah, and I really get what you're saying, and you're obviously a big AEW fan. I've become more of an AEW fan. I'm still fundamentally a WWE guy, and I will admit to that, but I have become more of an AEW fan now. As an AEW fan who's watched it week on week for the better part of 2 years, realistically, where would, if Chris Hero, would they be at the top of the card? Would they be in the middle? Would they, how would they figure in an already stacked? Because this is not what I would have done a year ago. Is I'd have come in here and I'd have said the worst thing he could do is go to AEW because it's overcrowded. They don't use their talent properly, and they're not sure of what to do with everybody now they've got them. And a little bit of that, and I'll admit to this, a little bit of that's creeping back in now. A little bit of that for me, that old reservation about AEW is creeping back in with these guys coming in. There's too many names, too many big names coming in, and they can't fit them all in, Anthony. And that's my concern.
It depends what talent they're going to. It depends what other shows they're going to have. I mean, if AEW is going to expand to another show, which they've got enough talent and roster to do now, then they can do that. I mean, they still don't have the talent numbers that WWE have. But they've got multiple brands, so maybe that's the direction. I don't know.
And billions, but WWE WWE have billions of dollars, and if it's obviously to be believed, there was obviously reports previous weeks that AEW were having budget issues. So,
but I don't think that AEW or Impact to be paying what WWE they won't. Asking for. No, they won't, which is fair enough. But it's up to him. Maybe he was asking for that, knowing they was going to turn him down. And the reason he was asking for that was to say to WWE, treat me as a the talent I am, or I'm gone. And that's within their company. Maybe he'd look at Impact or AEW and say, you can pay me the amount of money that these guys are on, but I expect to be used in that way. And that's kind of, does that make sense? It's not necessarily one-to-one.
That does make sense. So because immediately you've got to believe in Impact, and I think the Impact is even New Japan and or GCW, as Jack says. You know, Jack. We'll go on to Jack's comment. You know, if you put Cesaro in GCW, in Impact Wrestling, in New Japan, at least in the US, where Cesaro is still a recognizable name,
I think that's a wonderful idea.
You've got to put him in the top of the card, the main event immediately. You know, Impact certainly, GCW definitely.
Yeah, New Japan's an interesting one. Can you bring up a really interesting point about the US expansion of New Japan? And I think that Cesaro could be at the forefront of that. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because this is something we rarely discuss. You know, I mean, both Jack and I have some understanding of this. You know, I mean, does Cesaro? I'm assuming Cesaro has, you know, permanent residency in the US and is able to work as he's lived there for 11 years working for WWE. I wonder what kind of, you know, is he? I mean, I assume that is the case. I know Killian Dane, when I spoke to him, had some issues with his. You know,
really interesting point.
So
really interesting point. I mean, and if he wants to, maybe he wouldn't go to New Japan because he'd want to ensure that him and his family had a visa. We don't know what visa Cesaro had. That's a really interesting point, guys.
I mean, you think like I read. You know, obviously I spoke to Josh Alexander a few weeks ago on the channel.
Great interview.
And from Impact, and he is now working construction because he can't wrestle in the US because he doesn't have his. And you think about, he's been working for Impact Wrestling for over 5 years.
Yeah.
Before that, so you think you know he had his employment, and because his contract's expired, that visa automatically ends. So there's this. I can only, and obviously, you know, Jack might have thoughts on this. I can only imagine that he is safe to live and work in the US without issue. But obviously, you know, like it was Jack's point that made me think about it. If he, you know, I think if he if he stays or goes to America, would only go to GCW. I think you could see the Kings of Wrestling easily in GCW. You could see them Impact Wrestling or New Japan. I think this is one conversation, because we've done, you know, as you'll know on the channel, where I haven't had Anthony here, and we haven't had more than 3 people in because Anthony wasn't here.
Yeah, it's not true.
You know, if you go back and watch the How Would You Book, all of them have had AEW in the conversation, and I honestly think that we can actually afford to leave AEW out of this conversation. But that's my opinion. I think Cesaro is better served having a Christian or Bobby Lashley like rise, Killer Cross, Karrion Kross as well, where you go to the top of Impact, and then you can either go back in a year, 2 years, 3 years, or you can go to AEW, or you go to New Japan. You know, and obviously Impact have that New Japan working relationship, and the forbidden door can be opened and shut accordingly. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't mean to shut, you know, to shut the conversation down on AEW if you have a different opinion.
I think AEW is fine. I think you bring up a really interesting point as the visa, and if he wants a visa, if that's an issue, then he'll wrestle with whoever he wants, and he'll wrestle who's going to give him the most money. And the person that's going to give him the most money out of them is either going to be New Japan or AEW. So yeah, but you're right. It could absolutely do well in Impact. I think the thing is as well, Dom. He is 41 years of age, so he is nearing the end of his career. And I think that meteoric rise that you talk about, in a similar sense of sort of Christian Cage or Bobby Lashley, I wonder if he'd be too old to go back to WWE and have that.
How old is Lashley? It's interesting now, because I wonder. I think Lashley's a lot older than we think he is. So, you know, he's 45. Okay, so yeah, I mean, he was in Impact for about 3 years. and he came back to WWE 2 years ago.
I think it was
3
longer than
years
that.
ago, longer than that, maybe.
Yeah, because he was doing a lot of stuff with Leo Rush for a
Yeah,
while.
he was. So he's been back. Yeah, so maybe you're right. Maybe, but I mean, there's always chance for him to become a coach or something like that as well. Like he could go back in that.
I think he'd be great as a coach. I mean, I think that's where he'd benefit in AEW, because he'd be able to bring training to that division. Exactly the same with Chris Hero. Let's not forget Chris Hero's run wrestling schools before. People have been trained by Chris Hero before, and so there's a lot of value in that backstage that we don't necessarily see on screen. So I think that's an interesting element with Cesaro's abilities.
Yeah. So Jack says AEW full-time Mercy is unlikely, and we discussed that point. I mean, and all due respect to the lad, because he's obviously grafted for a long time. If you could talk about people working backstage and people that can do well, James Curtin, of course, Rockstar Spud, has been hired, fired, and hired again by WWE to work backstage on Raw. So if Rockstar Spud can still be there, then Cesaro can get a job again. Not that WWE is the be all and end all, but I would like to see Cesaro writing. I would like to see Cesaro working backstage, because I think Cesaro understands wrestling fans better than a lot of other people, in my opinion. So I would say if he did go back to WWE at 45 or 46, 47, 48, that could be a role for him. Jack says, can we get likes, please? A lot of people have said hi to us. George says hi. Sassy as well. Thank you, guys.
Sassy brings up a really good point about bring back the bar. And I suppose that the question I have is, what's going to happen to Sheamus?
Sheamus is fine. So Sheamus is with if you, because you haven't been watching the product, have you? He is.
No, I know he's not with them, but is he going to resign? Is my question.
Well, I think Sheamus knows. Sheamus has been a multiple-time WWE champion.
I thought Cesaro was a lifer.
Yeah, but Sheamus has been given the ball to run with. Cesaro never got the ball to run with. So even if he never becomes champion, it's like Shinsuke. So exactly like Shinsuke. Shinsuke's been a Royal Rumble winner. He's been in a like they Shinsuke would be better off somewhere else from a wrestling fan's perspective. But he's making good money.
He's happy.
He's happy, and I think that's the same for Sheamus. He's got his millions on YouTube and stuff, and WWE let him do that. So there's other things. There's other things I think for Cesaro that WWE have given him to do. For Sheamus rather, yeah. So I think Sheamus has an incentive to stay. Obviously, he's now working with Ridge Holland, who is from Yorkshire, of course. So that's great, and that's good to see. So I think Sheamus is going to be fine. Cesaro is limitless. I truly believe he is. I think anybody that can wherever he goes, he will put on cracking matches. It's just that my fear is if he goes to AEW, he'll be lost in the shuffle. Says GCW or Impact will be in championship contention. Absolutely, from the word go. Sassy, I think. Love to see Claudio and Impact. Yeah, me too, George. I think it would give Impact some. I think they have legitimized themselves more in the last 2 or 3 years than for the last 10. They're less sports entertainment, which is what they were trying to be, with Hogan and Sting and Hardy back in the day, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe even. They're more of a, wrestling fans, wrestling company. Now they've obviously taken on a lot of the Ring of Honor guys as well. I Impact Wrestling, and people do say this, people have replied to some of my interviews saying that actually Anthem that runs Impact and that sort of hosts Impact, it's $1 billion company, but they're just a little less publicized. So Impact have the resources, arguably, to bring some of these names in. They were having talks with Braun Strowman. They were having talks with Bray Wyatt. If they didn't think they had the resources to bring these guys in,
they wouldn't be doing it.
They wouldn't have those talks. So I think Cesaro would be served very well, I think, to go to Impact. Free Anthony.
Free. It was when I was off stream, mate.
I think there is a possibility we could see both Bryan Danielson and Claudio in a G1 if he goes to New Japan. Danielson's talks about wanting to participate. I think that would be wonderful.
That rocks. That rocks, George. That really rocks.
It's a wonderful idea, mate. Wonderful idea.
What a way to get people to watch in the G1 as well more, especially the US audience.
Yeah, exactly. US fans.
Bryan Danielson, whatever, is the biggest deal there. I mean, you get him to do the G1, everyone is going to watch all of his matches.
Absolutely. It was a great talent that fans loved. He was so underrated. Yeah, bring back the bar.
The bar.
I hope William Regal and BG James go to AEW. I would prefer Regal in AEW and BG because he has history there. Go to Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
I think that he could do some good work backstage and Impact. I'm talking about BG James, the Road Dog. William Regal has already been name dropped in AEW. I think that is, if you're going to bring somebody in of any of these guys, for a backstage role or a general manager role or anything like that, if they ever wanted to go the general manager route, William Regal's right up there. It was some of his.
Sorry, go on. Do you know Brian James? I don't think he should go to Impact or AEW. I think he should do a podcast.
Oh, he'd be good. Yeah, he'd be really good
because he's really charismatic. He's really entertaining to listen to, and he's got so many stories from being a producer and a wrestler backstage. One of them is always very interesting, And Jeff Jarrett seems to be doing very well at the minute. So, similar to him, I think he'd do great in podcasting.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think you're right, and I think you could, Bischoff as an example, Cornette, of course. They can make. Full-time wages from it. So,
more than full-time wages. Yeah,
I'm sure that but it's a really good point. Actually, there are some wrestlers. Bully Ray, is an example of a guy that can wrestle and can go back and can perform. And maybe BG does the old, odd one or two show, matches somewhere down the line. A little bit of nostalgia.
Ryback as well. Ryback, very successful podcast.
Very successful podcast. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to see him in AEW or Impact.
Neither do I.
Anytime soon. But you know what? A New Age Outlaws, reunion in AEW. One match, two matches.
Billy Gunn, you're the best wrestler of all time to you.
One of the best, one of the most underrated, for sure. Regal would be a great.
Just one of the ass boys.
Yeah, the ass boys. There was a great chant in that battle royal on Wednesday. That was just it was resounding. Regal would be a great as a manager for Mox and Danielson. You're right. Yeah. And I think they'd have a great time. Maybe Danielson's manager.
I'm going to disagree with Sassy ever so slightly and say Mox and Kingston. I don't want to see Mox and Danielson together. I want to see Mox and Kingston.
So, do you think that's where they're going to go with that? Let's go off topic slightly. Do you think that's where they're going with this match at Revolution?
Sassy's mentioned it a few times now about Mox and Danielson going together after the match. I don't want it to happen. I think they're two different wrestlers, and actually, I think Mox and Kingston are a wonderful fit together. Like legendary fit. Actually, could be one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the future. So yeah, I'd keep them together and put Regal as the manager. Banging.
I'd love to see that. I was very relieved to read, depending on what you believe, but one of the as yet unannounced characters in 2K22 is William Regal as a general manager, and you can pick William Regal to be a general manager from what I've read. But he hasn't been announced, obviously, because he was no longer with the company.
But then we've seen gameplay footage where they've shown just the four you can pick as well.
But I've seen a screenshot with Regal in it. So
have you?
So we'll see. Ooh. We'll see, because I'd love to have Regal in there. But yeah, William Regal's, and you guys know, well, Anthony certainly knows my love for Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
Well, no, Mick. You see, there's two. The general manager thing was a bit hit and miss at the best of times. But people that did it the best were Mick Foley and William Regal, and I would even put William Regal above Foley for that, because he was.
I think I agree. Regal. Yeah, that was history making.
He's synonymous. He's synonymous with it. He's synonymous with it, isn't he?
He was.
So, but I think Cesaro will show up like Scott Hall in AEW, and it will be the beginning of a new revolution, like NWO was. So you talking like, is Rampage already been taped? Like, Like, are you talking about Friday or are you talking about next Wednesday? Like, are we going as soon as that? I know.
I think
Yeah,
it's a bit big.
Yeah.
I think
so apparently, yeah. So it's live tonight.
Cool.
It is live. They could do it.
Mm.
I doubt they will, but they could do it.
Great.
If they,
Thank you
if they
everyone
want
for joining us. We've got like 9 people, and we do appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, it really helps us out, baby. And joining the conversation, man. We're getting through comments. We've got loads of comments to get through, but that's what we want. We want to hear your opinions, man, on what you'd like to see from Cesaro in the future. Sorry, Dom. Go ahead, man.
No, absolutely. No, that's absolutely why we're here. Cesaro was always a modern era Regal. Ooh, interesting comparison.
In a sense, I mean, obviously not the character work, but and I think that was always Cesaro's biggest flaw that stopped him going further. And Vince McMahon even said it in the interview with Stone Cold. You know, he always said it. But in terms of wrestling ability, absolutely, he was a technician in the ring, just as Regal was. So I can certainly see the point to that.
Interested to get your thoughts on this, because I know you're a bigger fan of him than I am. We're off topic from Cesaro for a second. I don't get Cage being re-signed. He hasn't been on television since October. This is AEW re-signing, opting to continue Brian Cage's contract for another year, Anthony.
It depends. I mean, if they've got something planned for him, great. But I also think just keeping him off WWE is quite important. So it depends how much they paid for that privilege. Because WWE would want Cage. I mean, WWE should be going out of the way to be contacting Cage and saying, we will give you this amount of money. We will give you this, because he is... Look, Brian Cage versus Bobby Lashley. You telling me that's not main event in a pay-per-view? It is, you know? So, yeah. I think AEW have done the right thing, depending on the money, I guess. So yeah.
Hang on. So just to elaborate a little more, because I've just read the next comment from Brian. Brian Cage debunked the claim, so I'm just giving this a recheck. Brian Cage honed his craft in various promotions. Cage was engaged. A recent report stated that Brian Cage had opted for a 1-year contract extension with AEW. Brian Cage took to Twitter and commented on the rumor as he debunked signing a contract extension. Not sure who I told all of this to. So Fightful have stood by their reporting, which is where it came from. But Brian Cage seemingly... whether he's opting for a surprise, surprise type of vibe, but he is saying it's news to me. So, but Fightful are the ones, Fightful and PW Insider are the ones that originally reported.
They tend to be pretty right.
Yeah. So there you go. So whether that's Brian Cage trying to do a bit of kayfabing, maybe so. But yeah, both Fightful and PW Insider were the ones that reported that, and they do tend to be right in all of them. Kings of Wrestling versus Good Brothers could have a good tag team rivalry. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Impact Wrestling. I would. I'm very lucky that we do have a good working relationship with Impact in the UK in the press. They would be, Cesaro would be the first guy I'd be pitching. Claudio would. I'd love to speak to him. You know what I mean? Like that would be, if he was contracted to Impact, man. Like the stories he could tell. That would be a bucket list one for me.
It'd be good, man.
I stimulated the economy buying Owen Hart's new AEW t-shirt. Yeah, I saw that. That's lovely. Yeah, Owen Hart has an official AEW t-shirt. It's really cool.
It's family making money, baby.
Have you seen it, man?
No, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's great.
It's lovely, mate.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Cool. I think he already had one, didn't he?
There's a brand new one anyway.
Cool.
And the tournament starts in May, which is
Have
cool.
you announced what the tournament's about yet?
No.
Oh, I want to know what it's about.
Hang on a second.
I want whoever wins it. I think Orange Cassidy is going to be the first winner of it, by the way. It's going to be a Slammy-esque type win, I think.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Owen Hart carrying the Slammy around, always a joke that he turned into this one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a clever idea.
I think Orange Cassidy is going to take it and do something with a Slammy or something. I think that sort of makes sense. And is a nice tribute, actually. Not everything has to be serious. And, I think that's part of AEW's flaw at the minute, is that they've lost a bit of fun. And they've got Danhausen. Where is he? Where is he? Get him on TV.
I don't quite know what to say to that.
I can tell.
I love Danhausen, but I thought you were comparing Danhausen to Owen Hart for a sec.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm saying no. It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. So it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun.
I think it'll be a fun award at the end of it, and it'll be something that Orange Cassidy can carry with him.
Right. So Owen Hart. So hang on a second. The name of the tournament is Owen Hart Foundation Men's and Women's Tournament. The same tournament will be developed through fights in AEW and Dynamite and Rampage. First date of the tournament is the UBS Arena on May 11th.
So we've got a bit of time away from it.
Yeah,
so
we've got a bit
plenty of time to announce what it's for.
Everything we know so far about the Owen Hart Cup.
So let us know what you want the Owen Hart Cup
to be. Yeah, so it's going to be an annual tournament. Going to have original merchandise and brand new merchandise. So there's going to be a winner. Obviously, a winner. It's going to be a winner of each tournament. But that's it. So it's a imagine a King of the Ring style thing, maybe.
Maybe so. We don't know. We don't know anything about it. I imagine it'll be King of the Ring style thing, but we'll see. We will see.
First match, going back to Claudio.
Oh,
I did get a thing ready, but
I know. I thought, well done. It's a little picture.
I did, yeah. How's it? How do you? I really struggled. Oh, you see that? I can't even have you on it. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, that's how I do my top 5 picks thing. Similar.
Yeah, that's I did. Yeah, I did one the other day with Keith Lee and Cody.
Well played.
Thanks, man. First match with Kingston. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Apparently, it was Shikara that they had a feud for 2 years, and it was put apparently from all sources that have talked about that and their history, put Shikara on the map, which would be fantastic. But you got Kingston embroiled in a feud with Chris Jericho right now.
Yeah, well,
are they bringing Cesaro in right now? No. Like when do you, that's the question, isn't it? When he can compete now.
If you're gonna have a feud with Kingston, I don't think you have first match with Kingston. I think first feud with Kingston is the more important thing, and I think that could potentially gives Cesaro the ability to say. What would be interesting for Cesaro in AEW would be the freedom he would have to be able to create his own stuff. And what he might want to do as a wrestler is his weakness in WWE has been stated by the boss himself on a podcast where he basically slagged off Cesaro for his promo ability. Put him in a feud with Kingston for a couple of months, and you could then have Cesaro proving that the reason he was not given the opportunity to show his promo ability was because he was held back by WWE Creative. So I think that would be a genius way if that's what he wants to do. Great idea, Sassy.
Yeah, there's some fantastic ideas, and I think that really works. I think that really, again, something like that would be really cool to have him. Basically prove his spot against guys like Danielson, prove his spot against Kingston, and just be the guy, the guy
but not even the wrestling guy, just the talking guy. Let him say the reason this didn't happen in WWE wasn't me. It was because I was written this absolute garbage that I had to try and say, as opposed to speaking from my own voice. And that's one of the things that AEW wrestlers have is their own voice. And that'd be very interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
A cracking example of that. Very similar to Cesaro, actually. Sorry to interrupt.
No, please do.
Brody Lee.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Went into AEW, and his biggest weakness in WWE was promo. He didn't do promos. He couldn't do promos in WWE, but it wasn't because of him. And he went to AEW to prove that he could do something creative, and he did. From the moment he come in, he was doing them Vince McMahon promos, and they were bloody brilliant. He was on Being the Elite, being bloody brilliant.
Yeah,
and I think that's interesting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Having Cesaro or Claudio on those Being the Elite segments would be cool as well, and giving him the chance to be fun because we know he can do it.
He does it in up, down, down.
Yeah, of course, he was a great
Yeah.
figure. He's, one of the saddest tweets we saw, of course, was Austin Creed, Xavier Woods. His entire crew has now gone. Adam Cole, Cesaro, Prince Pretty,
Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze, yeah.
So is that another reason to bring in Claudio to reunite them guys and start to really push AEW games? They've got a game coming out, by the way, very soon. They've got Adam Cole, who's a massive gamer, who's doing a lot of stuff with Evil Uno at the minute on the Twitch channel. Maybe that's a way for them to rival up, down on YouTube, and there's money in that as well,
I think there is, and I think you're absolutely right. You get Cesaro and Cole on a YouTube channel together, and obviously I know Cole's done great work on AEW Games channel so far as well. And he's got his own channel that he's allowed to do too. So yes, absolutely. If anybody's a fan of the Young Bucks, I have a jacket barely worn on eBay. Well, there you go, nice. Brian. We'll plug your eBay for you. Go and if anybody's a fan of the Bucks, you can get a jacket through Brian.
Yeah, write your eBay name down, Brian, so people can see it, mate.
There you go. I'm not a WWE guy. I'm not an AEW. I'm just the guy. There you go, Jack.
You rock,
good
Jack.
work. George says nice. If I'm
a wrestling guy. I love wrestling.
Well, I do, yeah, and it's a wonderful time to be a wrestling fan. We have next weekend we'll be watching AEW, man.
Cool.
It's exciting, isn't it?
That is cool. So isn't that fun, man? Isn't that fun? Then, Revolution, baby.
And then the week following, slightly less exciting, we'll be beginning our WWE 2K22 content on the channel, which is exciting.
That is exciting. I can't wait to whoop your ass.
I actually, to be fair, when I couldn't sleep last night, I actually planned my roster.
Oh, you sad boy. Can I ask, what's your roster? By the way, for those that are watching, we're doing a general manager mode on, we do these booking videos. Like, why won't we do a general manager mode? Dude, tell me the top of your roster. Tell me one guy.
Top of my roster.
Tell me one guy. No, don't tell me the top. Just tell me one guy.
One guy from my roster.
You've written it down as well, you sad git.
I've written.
You couldn't sleep on the night, so you got your notepad out.
I've written Walter's in there.
Walter's in mine as well. Walter's in mine, so you better pick him early, baby.
Well, it'll be my first pick. So
is it?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder.
I'm going first because it's my PlayStation.
No. It's my PlayStation. I'm first. Not a chance in hell. We will flip a coin, and I will flip you off.
So yeah. So I've got
might not go first, and Walter's coming to me probably first if I flip that coin. Gunter.
Yeah. AEW are incredible at shuffling their roster around the various shows. I wouldn't say they're incredible. I would say they're still finding their feet with it, Jack. But yeah, I get your point.
I think it's difficult. Because they have got tippity top guys. So, are you going to... we'll see what the future holds. I think it's a really interesting time to be an AEW fan. Brian V says, Tony Khan's massive announcement coming next week on Dynamite. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Well, I thought that was last week.
Yeah, but this is what I said to you. Like, on Busted, because I listened to the Tony Khan interview, and I said to you, like, all he said is that he was working on it. He never said he was announcing it on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Cesaro won the green card lottery on his first play. Indeed, he did. The people are here for me. Jack, without you, there won't be. Give me a whole year. I think Tony is buying RHO, Ring of Honor, I assume.
Maybe.
But there'd be another reason for AEW to have these guys to carry on running Ring of Honor. And you've got a whole other roster there and a different type of TV deal. Tony can afford to skip on Claudio, maybe have him as New Japan US champ guest spot on AEW. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm surprised Buddy Murphy signed with him, to be honest, but cool.
It's a fair enough point. I think Malachi Black probably would have pushed for that quite heavily,
which is cool. And as long as they're all having a good time and getting paid the money they need to live, like that's all that matters, man.
Absolutely.
If you're Buddy Murphy, you can accept that. You don't have to have the money you was on WWE. As long as you're having a good time, that's
as long as you're making a living. Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah, and they're only doing one night a week. They're not doing like stupid tours and damaging the bodies so much.
Yeah. Cesaro would make a better creative writer than the creative team WWE has now. Yeah, I think we'll see. You know, I know that in that interview, for example, that Jeff Hardy gave to that kid, which is, you know, went viral for, you know, Jeff announcing AEW, he said that he would be back one day. And I started thinking to myself, well, how will Jeff Hardy end up back in WWE? And I think one day both of those guys, both of the Hardys, could have at least a stint as creative writers in WWE. And I think that's something that I could see Cesaro doing. You know,
not in WWE. Did you listen to the latest Renee Paquette interview with one of the former writers of WWE?
No.
Fascinating.
Right.
Who's talking? Because I mean, it's interesting that George says Cesaro would make a better creative writer than the creative team that WWE has now. And I don't necessarily think that's true. I think the creative team are giving ideas. It's just one guy not bloody listening to them. And one of the things that he said as a writer is he said all the sort of online stuff that you guys are all saying is absolutely true, and we are suggesting these stories, but they are not getting passed through, and it's infuriating as a writer to have your script thing. So I don't necessarily think it's a creative team problem. It's potentially the person deciding what to pick from the creative team. Does that make sense?
No, I absolutely agree. But I'd like to see, you know, like I say, if I'd like to see Cesaro, if he was going to go back to maybe one day, I'd like to see him in that creative role potentially. And I also think Matt Hardy, at least, or Jeff Hardy, if they were going back anyway, maybe Matt more than Jeff, would be good, would be well suited in that role. Personally, Sheamus is a friend of Triple H. With how things are backstage in WWE right now, I'm not counting on Sheamus being offered another contract. But by that logic, man, most of the wrestlers in WWE probably wouldn't have. I mean, I'm sure they have a relationship with Triple H, you know, and you know, some of them more than others, of course. But Shawn Michaels is still there, you know. So I mean, I get what you're saying.
Absolutely. 12 people watching. Thank you for joining us. If you could hit that like button, it really helps us out, and we'll carry on the conversation going as long as you are writing it down. We're talking about Cesaro. I want to hear your opinions. Let's hear them, baby. We're getting through the comments. Let's go.
Indeed, we are. Ryback blocked me on Twitter. The only place I want him to go is Strange Ways.
Congratulations. What Strange
Ways? Was that? Where was that? Was that where we are, or is that Manchester? Manchester, it was.
Oh, I don't know.
It was a prison in Manchester.
Oh, fantastic. Because he blocked you on Twitter. You want a guy to go to prison? What are you, Putin? Let's go.
I was going to say, try and make Ryback go to prison, Jack. You know what I mean?
A quick question. Did you have much politics talk on AEW on Wednesday?
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, they hadn't gone to war yet, but I think we're going to get a load next Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see. Frightening time to be alive, but at least we have. Give me a hull, at least.
And wrestling. Just don't bring back Nikolai Volkov right now. It's inappropriate.
Right now, yeah. I mean, Armstrong, Haulage, Logistics, Darlington. Hey, man, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Dude. Again.
Yeah. CM Punk was in 2K15 long after he left. Yeah. Like I said, I know. Unfortunately, you know, there are people that haven't made the cut. Bray Wyatt will not be in the game. I'm gutted.
Yes.
He would have been my first pick. He would have.
Oh, I know he would have been. Is Johnny Gargano in the game?
Johnny Gargano is in the game.
Apparently. Is he? Oh, might pick him first just to annoy you.
Well, yeah, but Walter and Gargano, man, that'd be cracking.
That would be a freaking amazing match, by the way. Well done.
I'd be for that. No one could say War Games like Regal.
War Games.
Armstrong is saying hi to everybody in the comments. That is what we like to see. Rampage taped. Yeah, I thought it was too, and it has been until recently.
It depends. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
I'm back for this conversation. Well, that's good, man. Thank you. Like I say, traditionally, this is the most well-attended How Would You Book event or TV stream that we have done. So
I went to a TV show on Give Me a Hull, yeah.
Yeah. Branko is on Facebook. Welcome, dude. How you doing?
Hey, up, mate. Nice to see you. I need to give us a love out. Thank you for the love out.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Has anyone thought TK's big surprise is an AEW network and the games release date and the UK show? Yeah, it could be.
That'd be awesome. Dom, tell them your idea for what you think the announcement is, because I think yours is genius as well.
God, what was it? I can't remember.
Good idea. Great idea. It's that good. You can't remember it. It was about a TV deal, Dom.
Oh, the TV deal. Yeah. The TV deal. The obviously a lot of talk has been around these budget cuts and Tony Khan waiting for this TV deal, which is supposed to come in 2024. But I think it's coming sooner than that. Yeah.
I think it's a great show. AEW is on the up, and why not?
There's a lot of news, whether that's been fed to them, for the dirt sheets about AEW having budget issues and having to wait for this TV deal to remedy those budget issues. And I think that's happening sooner rather than later. How if these budget issues are happening, how have you bought in Isaiah Scott? So
I don't believe the budget issues. Well, look at
you've got. I mean, I know Isaiah Scott and Buddy Murphy aren't going to be bank-breaking signings, but still full-time wages.
Yeah, but Tony Khan's a billionaire. He can invest his own money into the company as long as it's on the up, and that's where it's heading at the minute. That's the important thing,
Yeah.
He can sell it to Disney.
Yeah.
Like WWE are about to do.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that is legit. Going to be a thing. I think Disney. The best TV streaming investment I have made in the last year was Disney Plus. I love Disney Plus. It's got everything I could possibly want on it.
Just rewatch Lady and the Tramp all the time.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later.
Little Mermaid, the remastered version.
Yeah. Sooner rather than later. We'll see.
I'd love to see AEW on Prime. I think that'd be a great place for them. And Prime are really trying to push sports at the minute.
They had I can't remember what they had. They've had a bunch of wrestling shows on Prime.
They had they have, yeah.
Like the documentaries,
like TV shows and documentaries.
DDP's documentary. They've had
they had some Ruby Soho matches from like donkeys ago with CML or someone like that.
They had who was the Hollywood actor?
David Arquette.
That faced Nick Gage and got his
David Arquette.
Yeah.
Cool. Rock and roll.
I watched that on there. So yeah, there is that. There is
but
that.
Also, they're showing football matches on it, and actually, AEW marketing itself as the actual sport of wrestling, as opposed to wrestling entertainment, would be something that I think that Amazon could get behind.
Michael, I hope Tony Khan's big surprise that he's buying Ring of Honor. I would rather see Anthem buy Ring of Honor. I think that the early indication is that more Ring of Honor guys are going over to Impact. You've got Matt Taven, you've got Vincent, you've got PCO, which is awesome.
But don't forget, Tony Khan's not necessarily buying the contracts. He's buying the brand, and he'd be buying the TV deal of Ring of Honor. And if that's a good place to send people to work that's on TV that's not Dark and Elevation on YouTube, then it's another way to expand the business. So I think it could be a genius idea, as well as all the tapes of Ring of Honor as well, of course.
He had one of Brett made. This is his first wrestling match in 1999. Owen, and I did it all myself. Woo!
Very good. Very good.
I love that. I love that promo. He was like, I did it all myself. I remember that like it was yesterday. King, it's like raising his two slammies in the air.
Good times, baby. Good times.
Streaming network is needed in AEW. Not yet.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think part of a bigger platform, a bit like WWE doing with Peacock, so you put it on Amazon. I mean, in theory, Sassy, AEW do have a streaming network, which is Fight TV, and there is a subscription for it that me and Dom pay for, which is £5 a month. And for that, you get AEW Rampage, Dynamite, and all the darts, which we don't get in the UK until a much later date. So to be able to watch it live, we pay the £5, which is actually a bargain for 4 solid shows a month, for me.
I agree. I agree. Like, I haven't. The Fight Network stressed me out. If anybody was with me for the last Impact stream we did, which did better than it had any right to do in terms of views, because what happened most of the time was Fight cutting out. I have a real hatred for Fight after that pay-per-view. It was the most challenging stream I've ever done, because it just every 10 seconds just kept cutting out. It was horrible.
I hope you wrote a letter of complaint to them.
Yeah. So I've really struggled with Fight, but you know, when we've done AEW pay-per-views, it's been okay. When there's two of us, it's more manageable, because you can kind of, you know, one of us will have a good stream and the other one, you know, and if the other one cuts out, it's fine. But yeah, when you're on your own, it's really frustrating.
Cut out is hard.
Yeah, I'm strong. Not obviously. I respect your. You know, I love that you keep coming back to us, man, and I love you being here, dude. I really do, and I think your takes are fantastic. But I have to ask you, that Charlotte Flair you're talking about, where's that source coming from? You know, and I mean that with the great utmost respect to you, of course, my dude. But that Charlotte Flair leaving WWE anytime soon, I can't see that personally. As always,
Andrade's out.
As always, though, man. You know, I'll give it a Google. I'll try and find some sources.
Armstrong as well. How is your leg, dude? I know you broke it the other day, so hope it is healing well, my friend.
I hope you're all right. You know, hope you're doing okay, dude.
It's nice having the AEW library on Fight, but their own network needs to happen, says Jack. Owen Hart tournament. See who can be an absolute wrestling machine and still be in the dumbest gimmick a la Blue Blazer. Yeah, that's cool. And Orange Cassidy's perfect for that, you know? My biggest wrestling wish is to have seen Owen live. I got into WWF a month after he died. Mate, yeah, gutted. Yeah, he was a talent. I saw Owen Hart, and you saw Owen Hart, Dom.
In Hull before we
Hull in 1993.
Before we even met. Yeah.
We
did
with
see
British Bulldog, I think, at that point.
Yeah, and I remember that. I remember them being on the apron. Actually, I also remember a person I worked with at a company in the area gave me a funny story from that night. They took the Undertaker out drinking into the casino in Hull while the casino was there back in the day. So Undertaker.
There's a lot of stories though, because there was Undertaker in LA's. Do you know that story?
Oh, no, I've not heard that one. I've heard a casino.
It's interesting, isn't it? I think that none of them are true, and just the Undertaker just has this legacy where whatever wrestler it is, people just think it was the Undertaker. I got Shawn Michaels and Bam Bam Bigelow's autograph from that show.
Well, that's awesome, dude. I actually got really emotional because I couldn't get any autographs. I didn't get any, you know, hand slapping or anything like that. I was really sad about it.
Well, my mum worked there, doesn't she? So,
yeah, I remember.
Have Cesaro face me, and it would be a banging match. Sadly, I'll be on a damn stretcher. Oh, my head is spinning. Why? What have you done, Branko? Let us know what you've done, man.
I hope you're all right, dude. Woods leaving would be epic. Again, he's another guy I can't see going anywhere for a long time.
What, like Cesaro?
Austin Creed. No, but come on, Austin Creed has so much cross-platform value. He's a presenter.
But now they're saying that they're not even going to mention the New Day on TV. They're not allowed to say the words "the New Day."
Good point.
Kofi and Big E are allowed to be called the New Day. So where's that leave Woods? I mean,
yeah, it's a very good point you make. That you're right. Nothing's impossible, man. If you know, if Braun and Bray and Cesaro can be gone, then so can Charlotte or Austin Creed. But I think that the cross-platform value in video games, obviously Charlotte Flair as a probably the premier women's athlete in wrestling.
It's not just about him though, Dom. It's about is he, because a lot of people have said he's not getting the respect and financial benefits that he should be getting for what he's doing at Up, Up, Down, Down. Maybe that's his reason to leave.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Hola, amigos, Jamel. Welcome, brother. Hola.
Okay, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Give me a Hull. Yeah, Hull. Yes, absolutely, Hull, yes. Jamel. Sas says, hey, Ryan says, thank you. Yeah, no worries, dude. Cesaro has no 90 days, so he could be a Revolution.
Absolutely.
Could be the last one in the ladder match or something.
Yeah.
Now that would be cool. Becky, Roman, and Gunter are on mine, so you can come on, Jack. You can join in. You can join in. I know our GM lists and join my roster, mate. Join my roster. I'll look after you.
I'm signing Jack. I need a moderator.
It's gonna be so weird because we're gonna be like doing live on the channel. Us doing this stuff. So
will it be live? It might be recorded. Who knows?
Yeah, true. We can.
Cool. Hello. It's so cold here in Memphis. Walking in Memphis. I bet you get that all the time. I thought I saw a polar bear, but it turns out it was a really big dog with a white fur coat on.
Oh,
must have been a bloody big dog, Jamil. Must have been a bloody big dog.
Indeed. When I at an indie wrestler, the guy responded. I told him after his response that I'll be at my first ever wrestling event, and it will be at DPW Fire, aka Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Okay, cool, man.
Have a good time, man. Let us know if it's streaming, and we'll see if we can watch it with you.
Yeah, awesome, dude.
What is that? Is it atted?
So tweeted. I'm assuming tweeted. He tweeted an indie wrestler.
Well, no, it's not tweeted, is it? Is it tweeted if you put an
at?
Is
if you at someone, it's a tweet. I think.
But what if you do it on Facebook? Because you can at someone on Facebook.
I mean, that's just you're just being pedantic now, dude.
Is it an atted? Well, no, because you read the comment and struggled with it, and then I'm like, but I don't know what it is.
It's a tweet. Clarify for us.
No, it's no. But what if it's on Facebook? It's an atted.
Right. Let's move forward. Clarify for us, Braga. Zach Smith says, imagine Suzuki and Cesaro in Japan. Oh, I just came. I just had an orgasm over that.
You've got a problem with me saying atted. I've got a problem with you having orgasms on the stream.
Man, I've had many. I love wrestling. You know, what can I say? So yeah, Suzuki and Cesaro in Japan. My first pick is Roman or Seth. This is in your 2K22 roster GM mode. I want to create a roster that isn't dominated by Roman Reigns. I do have
Seth. So good because me too.
I do have Seth in my Seth is one of my top guys. So.
Right. Well, it's interesting because I was going to talk to you about this because it'd be kind of a bit crap if I just chose like John Cena and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and with intention to just beat you with
no.
I
want
to have fun.
I want that. You see, I believe I'm fundamentally better at the game, so I don't think.
You've never beat me.
I've beaten you. I have beaten you a number of times. You have beaten me more times. I will admit to that. However,
you hate my looks. Show everyone what looks I give you when I beat you.
He's so frustrating. He's so frustrating. He's just real. Just gets. I can't even do it. But it's real condescending. It's real condescending.
Sometimes I just look at him and smile.
Yeah,
gently.
It's like
and he goes, you're so annoying.
I just want to choke him. But yeah,
you mean a vicious head crank, right?
I want to put you in an vicious head crank. Well, this is the other good thing about living. This is the other good thing about doing it at mine here is like I could shout at you and I could scream at you and no one's gonna freak out. So I could be like, "You wanker!" And
don't be saying that on stream.
It's fine.
We don't do wanks here.
We're not monetized yet. It's fine. We're like 300, 400, 500 hours off. Go and watch our stuff.
Yeah,
over and over again.
Do you know you can swear even when you monetize, though, love?
Can you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Carry
on. Facebook being stupid on my part. Don't worry about it, man. Cesaro in AEW, it's way too many wrestlers already and not enough championship belts. I still say Impact. WWE can't afford to Zach HBK.
Can you imagine if HBK had one match in AEW? That'd be devastating for WWE.
Would it now though?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Would it now?
Yeah, because you put him with a guy like Omega, he'll carry Michaels to an amazing match. That guess what? The old guys of Undertaker and Kane couldn't carry Shawn Michaels anymore.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Studios Majesty. Yeah, Ricochet follows Cesaro and Jeff's. I'm out here. Yeah, but again, where did they go? Ricochet's another guy I'd put an Impact over AEW.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, AEW, Ricochet, and Finn Balor, but go on.
Suzuki Cesaro in Japan, though, that would slap. Yes, it would. And I just slapped my pants with jizz because
oh man, no, come on.
Because I came at the thought of that match. What are the odds of Mick Foley goes to AEW? He'll spend time in GCW before he goes to AEW, I think. He has been to GCW. X-Pac, actually, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, will be making his wrestling return on this weekend in GCW, which I'm excited about. So that'll be cool.
Buy me a ticket.
What?
Buy me a ticket. I think Mick Foley could quite happily be in AEW. Yeah,
They ain't got the space for him, man.
What, Mick Foley? Yeah, right. Okay. Someone comes out and announces the Owen Hart Cup, and it's Mick Foley. Yeah, Mick Foley would be fine in AEW, mate.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
working with Danhausen as well. Mick Foley, get it?
Oh, that would be so much fun. Yeah. Let's have a look. Heel Rowdy's in. How you doing, man? Rampage was taped for tonight. Thank you, Heel Rowdy. Thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate your time. Brandon, is that you? Brian talking to, I assume, Heel Rowdy. When is the Owen tournament? May 1st. May 11th. May 11th is the tournament. Do you think we could get Cesaro versus Suzuki? I mean, my dick
everyone wants it, man. Everyone wants it.
So every part of my.
Will you stop it?
Every part of my body
in this stream, you're
every part of my body hopes that match happens.
You're pumping down below your belt. What is that? Oh no, Sassy. If you saw that, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Sassy. Yes. AEW stock going public, maybe could be. Yeah. House of Black is in. Yes, indeed, it is in full effect now. I believe the last member will, of course, be Julia Hart. I would say so. I think WWE will be sold to NBC as Vince's personal mates with its head. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past. Yeah, absolutely. Will you be live for SmackDown Rampage? Nah.
No.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sorry, love.
Sorry, dude.
In an hour, mate. We're going to be knackered.
yeah. You know, we've got like this is already longer than all of the other ones I've done put together, I think. So, if Cesaro goes to AEW, put him in the House of Black. I would love to. If not, would love to see him in Impact. Yeah, I think that's the general vibe.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
Prime as the Flair doc, yeah. AEW on Prime, that'd be cool. Salutations, gentlemen. How are we all this Friday? Oh, me, oh, my Cesaro always free. The possibilities. I'd love to see him in AEW and JPW, LA Dojo, possibly Impact. I think Impact for me, Simon. Thank you for joining us, dude. I think Dom should buy Ring of Honor and Cup of Chip.
Where's the click on
Chuppa
the link?
Chup.
I can't see it.
Chuppa
Chip. Oh, you should Chuppa Chip it. Yeah, Chuppa Chip it.
Chuppa Chup. I love a Chuppa Chup. I haven't had one of them in ages.
Chuppa Chup.
It's your Chuppa Chup was like a sweet, wasn't it?
It was a like lollipop.
Lollipop, yeah.
Yeah, a sweet with a stick in it. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, Chuppa Chup.
Carry on.
A Chuppa Chup. All I want is Cesaro to do a tour in Japan and Wrestle Kingdom. Cesaro versus Suzuki. Oh!
All right, stop it.
Every time someone says that match, I'm gonna jizz. Ah, so good.
The fight is $6.49, is it? I didn't realize that. It must have gone up. Oh, I paid too, says Jackie Boy. Do they, AEW, do good writings for dark shows on YouTube? If not, they put out a network should air on there. You know what? They do. I was looking at this because obviously I did the Elevation stream on Wednesday and they did 200,000, which is not. I mean, it's 200,000 views, so it doesn't mean that people are watching it all the way through. But that's still a good number, Dom.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check on it what it is at the time because obviously it grows through the week. So you've got, let's have a look.
And also, let's not forget that it is the matches to have on before Dynamite. So they'll be doing them for the live crowd anyway, with all the camera setup they're using for Dynamite. Apart from normal Dark, which is now filmed in its own place, I think at Universal Studios backlot.
Yeah. So you've got so Dark was 305K 4 days ago. So yeah.
Which is good numbers. I mean, I don't know what the watch time is on that, but it's more about. It's also about getting the people out there in front of a crowd and stuff like this. You know, there's loads of benefits to having Dark, as there was to NXT at one point before it became a third brand, I guess. Really,
absolutely, man.
when it was about having a couple of named good performers and a lot of getting people ready for performers. You know, does that make sense?
It does, yeah. Wrestling Junkie, of course. Simon Thompson, salutations. Good to see you, dude. Peacock is worse. I'm missing WB. Man, like, I've never used Peacock, but I tell you what, Fight has stressed me out so much after that last stream. Jack can see my comments. I'm asking that to make sure that's cool. All good. Jack, make sure that we can see Snazzy's comments. Wait, Charlotte Flair being released. She's headlined WrestleMania Night 1. Yeah, it's not happening soon if it's happening. Yeah.
Locked her down. Vince definitely locked her down. What are we talking about here? Offered a contract as opposed to physically tied her up.
Indeed. There is a rumor that Cody is a work. Tony buys Ring of Honor and Cody runs it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I could see it, but from the rumors, obviously, about, Kenny Omega's spoken about it as well and said, actually, I'm surprised that he's gone, things like that. So I think it's legit. Cody has gone. So
I'm just not that bothered about it. I know everyone's like massive.
It's a huge deal, man. I mean, I'm not a massive Cody fan, but it's a huge deal. He's
but he was kind of hated in AEW.
He wasn't hated. He was just not liked very much.
WWE deals with her ego, other wrestlers will not. Wow, sassy being sassy about
wrestling companies. You are right. Charlotte Flair can command a lot from people, and can any other wrestling promotion meet Charlotte Flair's demands? Is the argument point? No, probably not. Got to see Owen live 2 weeks before at a house show as Owen, not Blue Blazer, and we share a birthday. Just imagine if he was still around. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Joey's here. Hey, up, Joey. Hey, Cincinnati boy.
Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you, dude. That was supposed to be a little joke, but Cesaro was swinging me around with that move he does. Oh, I love a good Cesaro swing, man.
Cesaro swing, baby.
Indeed. Dale says WB is dying. I don't think WB will ever die. There's not enough lawsuits or anything that could kill WB at this point. It will never die.
Never say never, but it won't be for the next.
It has too many fingers, too many pies, too many media options for Vince.
We'll see.
Western Junkie says Hull, yeah. I don't know what side I'll be on. What for what?
Is it up against each other tonight? SmackDown and Rampage? Is Rampage at an earlier time or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Grammar Police, lol. Where's the wrestling, lol? Indeed, man.
I don't know. I've not been. Nobody's been grammar policing today.
It might have been me with my atting. How about we get a 2K ladder match? Ant versus Dom, where the winner gets me in their roster.
Jack on a pole match.
Jack on a pole match.
Jack in a shark cage match.
Jack in a pole match. That sounds like a really bad Jack in a box. Jack in a box match. Oh, it could be like WrestleMania with the Fiend. Is there an AEW video game coming out ever? Yes, there is, Joey. It is coming out.
I think they're waiting to see. The answer is they've waited to see this game, haven't they? They've waited to see how it looks, how it plays. They want to beat it.
I think I don't necessarily think it's going to be what everyone wanted after 2 years off from.
I don't think it's as good as everybody wants it to be, but it's still better than, as long as it's better than 2K20, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, this is it. And if there are bugs, then they're going to be heavily publicized because people were burnt by it. So I think AEW could be waiting for a release date when that comes out as a way of saying, hey, guys, we've got an alternative over here. An alternative's coming out September.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, September would be a good time for it as well.
Yeah, get the Christmas market. I think
something like that. Yeah, Christmas market. You're right. Cody was in Orlando for a birthday party, not for the Performance Center, and there has been no initial talks or rumors backstage in WWE about Cody. Okay.
Someone put an ASBO on Cody. We need to know exactly where he is at all times.
Yeah, he was in Poland for a holiday the other day. I hope he's still on holiday having a nice time.
Was he? Oh, bless him.
There's 2 already in the console ones. Oh yeah, there's the mobile games, isn't there? Yeah. I'm not a huge mobile game player. I played like that for 20 minutes and I was like,
I played WWE Champions. I couldn't get into the management simulator one. No.
When he left AEW, do you think Cody handed in his neck tattoo? No. Of course, you can swear on YouTube or grade under error. Grade under would be.
Which also sounds like a type of sugar.
Yeah. Dom, you know your X-Pac's only fan at the Hall of Fame. X-Pac shows up with an autograph book. I disagree. He is a 2-time Hall of Famer. He is a very popular member of the wrestling community by all counts.
He isn't a 2-time Hall of Famer yet, is he?
He is NWO DX.
Ah, right, but not as himself.
Oh, hey man, I'm not X-Pac. I'm not.
What's a three?
I'm just a fan of his.
I know. Yeah.
Right. Okay. No worries. Every squirrel has to get a nut. What?
Indeed. Oh, I think she's on about your masturbation problems.
There you go. Thanks, Sassy. AEW needs to take Sammy's other belt and turn it into its own title, the TBS men's title, perhaps. Yeah. It's huge.
I don't think you need another one, man. There's too much anyway going on.
Yeah, it's huge if the Cody knows if it knocked Austin off. Wait, what? It's huge. Yeah, the Cody news is huge because it did knock Austin potentially coming back from Mania off the news. You're right; it came out at the same time.
It's mad to me.
What?
It's mad to me. I don't get it. I mean, I kind of it's cool, but I don't think it's the biggest deal that people are making. And I suppose it's because it's the first. I just don't. Clearly, he want enjoying AEW. One of the tweets he put out was about not wanting to be the booker and not being liked to be told what to do and all this sort of shit. And it's like, what do you think you're going to be doing there, dude?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's going to be weird, isn't it? It's going to be weird because it's got to be a step down.
There's one person that will always run that company.
Exactly. What could we did this before? What possibly? We did this when I came around to yours. Like, what possibly could Cody get out of this? That he didn't have in AEW.
I don't even.
Unless he's gone for a world. Unless he's gone for a world title. Yeah.
But I mean, he ain't taking it off Roman. But that's the type of deal you need to make of him. It's so important because he's got to do well. Because you've got to give him the Jericho treatment. He's got to beat The Rock and Austin in one night.
Yeah.
Because you want Wardlow.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
the only way you do that is by pushing Cody to the moon. But there's only one title that matters, and it's Roman's title. The other title doesn't even matter. No one cares. It's off Bobby Lashley. It's back on Brock. It's off Bobby Lashley. It's back on Brock. Drew McIntyre. He's not doing out. The title scene's garbage. The main event scene is garbage in WWE right now. They've wrote themselves into a corner. Maybe Cody will come and freshen it up. Who the hell knows? But there's only one title that matters.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I understand. I mean, I'd like to think that the Brock's title now matters. Lashley mattered as a champion, but you're probably right in reflection that it is difficult. It is difficult. You're to argue against Roman's title being the main attraction heading into Mania and beyond. So good points, man. So in reaction when US2 come Memphis back in the day, or when he came to Memphis back in the day, he's a lot taller when you see him than when you see him on TV. Cool.
Oh yeah, a lot of the wrestlers are a lot taller. Yeah.
Kick Out, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
does
buddy.
AEW video come out before VIA? So I've seen video footage of him coming out. Apparently
it was on main event in dark matches, mate.
Was it on main event, right? Okay.
It was dark matches, yeah. It wasn't on Raw.
The pole match will be a jacking off. I'm not jacking off.
Hey, the jack off match.
I just got that. Hey, you get for that, Jack. You get a champer clap. There you go. No way the AEW game will come out before Via. It'll come after AEW if that was to happen.
Oh, mate, honestly, though, Via might be released before he comes out. Let's be honest. So.
Yeah, maybe. The whole roster thing between you. Yeah, well, that's our whole vibe. I was talking to Andy about it. Like, we have a vibe, and we have to, we roast each other. That's the thing. That's okay. We roast each other's nuts.
I think he might have meant roster as opposed to on our.
Oh, right, me roasting your nuts. If Via stays coming soon any longer, we might have to start putting up missing posters. I mean,
WWE's on milk cartons.
Talking about me coming all the time. Via just keeps coming. He just keeps coming all the time. I don't know how a man can come that much, but he just keeps going. Anyway,
Kathy, I'm so sorry.
I think X-Pac legit gets 3-time Hall of Fame before Rick. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I do.
Tom is a squirrel busting a few nuts on the stream. Man, where else? Where else apart from in bed, obviously? Where else am I going to bust my nuts publicly? Man, I can't go. Have you banned me from? I can't go up in the comments.
What do you mean?
I can't scroll
I haven't
up.
banned you from comments.
I can't scroll up. I can't.
What do you want to go to? What do you want to go to?
Well, you have to do it from now on. I literally can't go. Yeah, I can do that. I can do Jack's, but then I can see the top of Sassy's, but I can't go down any further. Like literally.
Well, Sassy's is the last comment, so relax.
Oh, is that why? Right. Okay.
Oh, you killed me! You killed me! You killed me! I can't go down any further. I can't go down. Why? What's the problem? I can't go down any further. What? I can see Sassy's comment, but it's the last comment.
I can't see the full thing.
No,
there's another one now, and I can't see it. What's this one? I can only click the top of it.
Oh, but you can.
There's another one there.
No, he said something real offensive. Don't click on it. It's really offensive. Don't click on it. It's to do with Russia and Ukraine. Don't click on it. Don't click on it. I don't want it on the stream. We can't put it on the stream. It just says. You dick.
I thought we were doing real well on comments. So I was like, I'm assuming there's going to be more.
I can't go down any further. Yeah, you're at the bottom, dickwad. Should AEW add a light heavyweight title to the men's TBS title? I don't think they need any more titles. Maybe a women's TBS title. But I don't know. I don't think they need it personally. I think you've got enough stories going on without any more belts. I feel like the TNT title sometimes gets shoved to the corner as well. Joey says, hilarious, you guys are killing me. Very good, thank you, Joey. Kick out didn't say anything offensive about Russia and Ukraine. It was actually just a which was such an appropriate comment to do that on as well.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Wicked Stazzy is having fun. The same Dom. Kick out is laughing. Oh Jesus, I'm still laughing at Dom.
Jamel has kept the focus on the stream. Jamel wants to talk about wrestling.
Oh, all you want to do is talk about masturbation.
I mean, wrestling and masturbation. That's fine. Right. Okay. Xia Li and Via was coming soon at the same time. It appears that the prettier one made the cut. I don't know. Via's a good looking dude. But Xia Li's cool. Xia Li's cool.
So, because Jamel brought it back to wrestling, which talked about comparing appearance of people, he was like, let's bring this serious. Yeah, let's go. Kick out says, got him.
Got him. These nuts.
Sorry, mate. It says, Jack, I just read Dax Harwood called out Shaq for Revolution. Oh, really? I didn't know.
Hang on. I'm gonna have to find references for this.
What?
Dax Harwood, Shaq. I gotta see to believe it.
Is that a real
Oh, yeah,
thing?
no, literally, no, yeah, he's right. Ringside News reporting Dax Harwood wants to step in an AEW ring with Shaquille O'Neal. Of course, Shaq has been in an AEW ring before.
Interesting. So
Hooks
you'd get
in.
So who
Sorry.
I
got excited.
Hey up. You got excited.
Send! We have sent for Hook. What's up, dude?
Hook has arrived. How are you doing, man?
Welcome.
Awesome profile, by the way.
Yeah, welcome.
What is up, my friend? Who would you put if you was having Shaq and FTR? Who would you put with Shaq?
What you mean? Oh, right. I would have said Cody before now.
I know. Yeah, that would have been the thing, wouldn't it?
Who else? Who would you do?
Someone that can
someone
do the
you need
majority
to give the rub to. Someone you need to give. Someone you need to put over. Someone like Dante Martin.
Ooh. Dante Martin.
Dante Martin could do some cracking spots, like being thrown around by Shaq.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'd go Hook in a bad show, actually. People would love to see Hook with Shaq. Or
nah, man, he's still a heel. He's still a heel.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's so tweener. He is the definition of tweener.
So we've got him in the stream, of course. We got to.
Hook, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, would you? Yeah, you go. I used to talk about. That was good, Jack. I had a little giggle at that.
Go on, a little temper clap.
What?
Would you like to see Prince Devitt at AEW? Hell yeah, hell yeah,
hell yeah, man, hell yeah,
hell yeah. That'd be a signing you'd make instantly, isn't it?
If he wins the US title this week on Raw, then I'll be well happy because Balor, he's again a workhorse, absolute
100%.
workhorse.
100%.
A benefit to any promoter, and there would be no question if we're talking about Finn Balor in 6 months being released, he goes everywhere. You would put him anywhere. You would pay the money. I would pay more money. And you know how big a fan of Bray Wyatt I am. I would pay more money to Finn Balor to have him in my promotion than I would Bray Wyatt. Do you know what I mean?
You want it in AEW for the
and then of course he could go to New Japan.
Work in New Japan, yeah.
Absolutely. I think Hook, great point, and thank you for joining us and bringing that comment to us. I'd love to see him there. Veritable talent booking, yeah, absolutely. I'm doing great. Good to see that, Hook. It's wonderful to see you and hear that you're doing well. Get Charles Barkley to team with Shaq. Man, I've seen his name. Who's Charles Barkley? I'm gonna have to find that out. I don't actually know who he is.
He's going to be a Cincinnati quarterback.
American former basketball player.
Shitballs.
There you go. Kingston and Mox versus FTR. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, Kingston's doing Jericho, but she's absolutely
but
right.
Shaq's not coming for Revolution, man. He's not. Maybe in a few months. But
what, just having him for a TV show? I mean, they did it last time for a TV show, yeah.
Joey says, Hook says, thanks, Joey. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Welcome Hook to the Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast, and welcome our new HULLAMANIAC to the channel.
Which one's that? Who's the new HULLAMANIAC?
Hook.
Has he just subscribed?
No, but I mean, I hope he comes back.
Well, he's only a HULLAMANIAC if he subscribes.
No pressure.
No, he's only no. You don't earn the title HULLAMANIAC without hitting that subscribe button, baby. Mox and Shaq, since Shaq is a Mox fan. I mean, it's cool, but obviously, you couldn't do it at Revolution, but maybe I'm just thinking too quick. Shaq versus Paul White.
Yes.
Yeah, calling him out ain't going to happen, is it? But they wanted that to happen for ages. Like, Paul White really wants to do it, so...
Yeah, maybe his last hurrah. Be good.
Good call, Sassy. Interesting.
Indeed.
Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, or Cesaro as AEW champion. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Don't ask me which one are you picking?
Don't ask me.
Easy.
Don't ask me as a wrestling fan.
Easy.
No.
Go on. No, this is cool. I like this. This is great, Kick Out. Well played, man.
Oh, Kick Out. You don't understand what you've done to me.
He's the biggest Bray Wyatt nerd ever.
If I was gonna be controversial, right?
You'd say Bray Wyatt.
I'd say Bray Wyatt, but as a wrestling fan and for the benefit of wrestling, as a booker,
benefit of the
wrestling world, I have to say Balor and Cesaro and Bray retire. But
no, you're not reading the question. Two of them must retire.
Oh, fuck. Cesaro and Bray retire.
Yeah,
Balor,
yeah,
champion.
Easy.
Are you with me on that?
Oh yeah, easy. I wouldn't even like. Yeah, you know me. I don't really like Bray Wyatt's in ring work. So
I think there's so much potential. I'm so excited for when he comes back. I'm gonna jizz everywhere. I'm so excited. I'm gonna lose my shit when he comes back. I might even cry a little bit. Like,
do you know every time the lights go out at a wrestling event, I always see you get super excited. And what's the first thing that crosses your mind?
well, yeah, but obviously they do it.
Is that what it is?
They do it for everybody, don't they? They do it for everyone now on AEW.
So, do you always think this could be it?
I do. And there's that part of me that's like, oh my god, it's happening! I'm gonna come.
So do you get disappointed when it's just Buddy Matthews?
Well, I mean, I'm excited. I'm obviously excited, but it's not the same, is it?
I wonder if you go back and watch his reaction, just see if there's a moment of it's not Bray.
That like half a second where I'm like, I have to react, but I'm like, there's a half a second of like, oh.
You are funny. Yeah, baby. My opinion on Liv Morgan, I think they've ruined her Elimination Chamber, but having her team up with Alexa Bliss could be something. I'm really not a Liv Morgan fan.
I love Liv Morgan. I
she
love
can't
Liv Morgan.
wrestle.
I would team her up with Alexa Bliss.
Wrestle.
That would be entertaining. Sorry, I've interrupted you, but that would be entertaining to me as a wrestling fan, as a sports entertainment fan, because I am a WWE guy over AEW. Fundamentally, I would still.
Really?
Yeah, but I am an AEW fan. I am an AEW fan, but I am still. I've been watching WWE since I was a kid. Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I love that. But then it would take the shine off Alexa, So Alexa's on one of the top picks for my roster too. And Liv.
Ooh, and Liv. I might be fighting you for them, so you better get them high up.
It's going to be exciting.
Do you know who I think our number one picks are both, like, for me and you? Because I think we know each other well enough to know that we're both going to want them. I think it's Walter.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins that coin toss will be getting Walter.
Well,
I think
it's either or, isn't it? It's either or, because if you got first, I'm assuming you go Walter. So I go Balor.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it'd be based on the coin toss. It'd be based on the coin toss.
Who's your third?
I'm not revealing anymore.
You're not going to go and reveal your top three.
No, subscribe to the channel and you'll find out. No, because I haven't been sat up at night writing in a notepad like you have. Going,
well, it's because I couldn't sleep. It's because I couldn't sleep, and I struggle with it.
It's very nerdy, Dom. It's very nerdy.
Because of this goddamn podcast, right? I've got insomnia, and I can't sleep at normal times. So I'm like, oh, what shall I do? Oh, I know. I'll check the current WWE 2K20 roster, 3 a.m. And,
dude, I got in after a really crappy, busy day at work, and I was like, right, let's find out what's happening in Ukraine at the minute.
Yeah.
That's just where we differ, isn't it?
Well, no, I know. I've been looking at that today, but like,
I'm joking.
When it's 3 a.m., I don't want to be like, I don't want to be fearing for the world.
I didn't sleep very well.
No, I think I've had the same. I've had a couple of emails from people I work with today saying the same thing. People haven't slept because of the same thing. But anyway, yeah, let's try and stay positive. It's the same, same as when we were at the beginning of the pandemic. If nothing else, for us. For the two of us, and maybe a couple of other people, if we could support a couple of other people, then that's cracking.
Should we do Nikolai Volkov?
It's not the time, Anthony. It's not the time.
It's not the time. Jack is more Hullamaniac than me, and Tazzy has a t-shirt. I still need to get the Hullamaniac t-shirt.
Yeah, we both do, actually. Yeah, we both do, to be fair.
You can find the link on that in the description below.
Yeah, we have merch. Go and check it out.
You're an official Hullamaniac. Welcome, Hook.
Well done, Hook. You have.
Hulkamaniac.
We sent for you, and you have come. So thank you for coming.
Roll, man. And come and join us for one of our live streams of Dynamite or Elevation, or just turn your notifications on. Come and watch Revolution with us, man. It's banging these streams. We have a good time.
We do, yeah. Well, these are a lot better, the two of us. I think I might only insist now that you're available to do these with me. It's so much
was
more
fun.
fun.
It's been fun. Yeah, it's fun. Life's fun.
To Hugs' dream match, Trey Miguel versus Dante Martin. Oh, yeah, Buddy Matthews versus Dark Penta for the X Division time championship. Yeah, but that's great, Hook. And actually, segue, if you're interested in Impact Wrestling and particularly Trey Miguel, I did an interview with Trey a few months ago, which actually was picked up, fortunately, by Fightful and Wrestle Talk and others, because he was talking about wanting to feud with Jungle Boy in AEW. So go and check that out if you're interested in.
Be some good matches, man.
Yeah, in Trey Miguel, because Trey Miguel, Dante Martin would be incredible.
Brian agrees. He's like, whoa.
Yeah, man,
whoa.
Absolutely. In case he does return, I'm plastic wrapping out. Man, well, Ant's flat is going to be safe if we carry on doing it this way. Because
it wouldn't be safe because all of Hull's going to be drenched in your Bray Wyatt jizz.
Emma's going to be so angry at me. I'm going to wake everybody up, and I don't even care. I don't even care. The kids, the dog, school night. It'll be a school night for the kids. You know, it'll be Emma will be at work in the morning. The dog will be downstairs, and he starts barking. If I wake him up, I'm going to be like, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to cry. I mean, thinking about it, man. I'm going to cry. I'm so excited about it. I can't even tell you. Like, I can't even tell you. I'm going to like.
What is wrong with that dude? Oh my god, he's getting the Kleenex out. Oh, it's not what you think, guys.
I have to calm myself down. Like, I can't even tell you guys. I'm like, I'm having a moment. I'm legit having a moment.
Are you crying?
How did you switch us back? How do you do that? You just tap the thing.
Hey,
cool.
Way.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, come on.
Hey, Hook, I would love to interview you on WSE specials on IG Live. There you go, Brian. You can interview my boy, Hook. Alexa's on my roster as she's so talented, and I should definitely marry her. Yes, you should.
Oh,
excuse me. Don't you mean Gunter? Yeah,
no,
sorry. Yeah,
no, kick out. I refuse, dude. I refuse. That name change.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely, mate.
Oh, bad fail.
You could just download Bray Wyatt into the game, just like yeah, I know, but it's not the same.
Why ain't it the same?
Well, it'll have to be like Bray Wiggler or something, won't it? It won't actually be Bray Wyatt. I can't use those names. It'll be like Brandon Wiggler or something like that. I'll have to make do with some custom names.
Why? There's a lot of Bray Wyatt in there with custom names, one would have thought.
Maybe.
Dom, I have a Star Trek tattoo. Note, booking your 22K roster is much nerdier. It is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard you do, actually, I think.
That's a surprise.
It's one of the nerdiest.
What is the nerdiest thing you've ever heard me do? I mean, you do the painting of the figures, but I love that. I think that's great. I love it. I love that you do that. What's the nerdiest thing you've ever seen me do?
No, I think writing out a list of the wrestlers you're going to pick against me.
Yeah, no.
nerdy.
Well, the problem is there's too many. I'm going to have to whittle it down. Obviously, I don't know because I actually tried to Google how many spots you get, but I couldn't find it because I don't know. So at the moment, I've got, I think.
Well, it's based on money, so you can spend as much as you want, really.
I've got like 30 people in it.
And what? You wrote a list of 30 people.
It's not even top guys. These are like
you're not going to get all them.
These are people like I've got like Devlin in here. I've even got Mace. Like I want Mace on my roster. You know, I want Mace on my roster to build him up.
But you realize you're not going to get everyone on there because
I know. But that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to have like I want like 4 main stars, like bigger stars, and then the rest of them. Like Ali's on my roster. You know what I mean? Like
Ali, who's he? Like free him.
Shotzi. You know
who's Shotzi?
Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh right, yeah.
You muppet, right? You both have to do a 2K. That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it'll be a stream or a video. I think we'll do a video.
I'm gonna have to work out how we like put you in the route, like how we do this. Like you're gonna go, like we have to go there, have to figure it out. We'll have to make space for you. Not that you're a big guy. I'm not saying you're a big guy. I'm just saying we have to figure out how to make space for you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dom, for your time on the.
That's not what I was saying.
You did call me fat. Red Tube,
Look,
give
man,
me a
look, man,
buy merch.
what did I say? What did I say at the beginning of the stream? You are looking very well at the moment.
Thank you. You are beautiful.
Excuse me.
It's like I made his cough worse. It's like it was like digital COVID. Should we do a Dom laugh? Can we get a proper Dom laugh out of it? Here we go. You ready? I'll do your impression of your Dom laugh.
I'm not. It's fine. Let's do it. Right.
You come to the Gimme Hull Yeah podcast. Welcome, Hook. Thanks, guys. You're welcome here, man. I don't trust Cesaro getting released.
Okay, bye. Welcome to
Ballard.
the stream.
Why, man?
Yeah. Why? If you're still with us, I know we've taken a while to get through the comments, but yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't trust Cesaro getting released.
Wicked Snazzy laughing, kick out laughing. Hook, what is up? Dom is just too excited. He is. I think Jeff Hardy is going to unlock Bray Wyatt's AEW debut. I know it sounds crazy to think like that. No, it doesn't sound.
I love that.
That's cool as hell.
See, Jeff wanted a Bray match, before he wanted Roman. Roman and the dream match, which was Roman, he wanted Bray and he wanted Willow versus the Fiend.
I don't even think you do that. I think you have the Hardys back together as Brother Nero and Willow or something like that. Sorry, Broken Matt Hardy and Willow or something like that, and then you bring in Bray to join them, man. Because Bray's got history with with Matt Hardy and good booking there. Jake's joined us. Hey up, Jake.
Hey,
Lovely to see you, my friend. Dale, Bray should return as goofy manager for someone who has a dark side. Yeah, he should just be the manager of John Silver. That's a better place. No, Hooks. He should be the manager for Danhausen. There we go. No, Hook. He's too busy filming a movie at the minute. Cool.
Way Bryant, yeah.
Way Bryant. That's Dom's pawn site.
The 2K, yeah. Seamus fan is in. Welcome, Seamus fan. You are brand new to the stream. Thank you so much for making the time for us. We appreciate you being here. How are you doing?
Hi.
It's
real funny whenever we do that. Whenever we say hello to someone new, like the other person just like, what do I say at the end of it? It's just like, "Hey, mate, yeah, all right." Alexa can beat at Hook. Not a chance. Bray should return as a goofy manager who has a dark
like maybe like Raven, like Johnny Polo, who became Raven. I could see that. That'd be cool.
Wicked Snazzy is laughing. Who shot She's on the bloody intro. I know, right? And I was doing it so we could do the outro. Hashtag make Ricochet better. Hashtag AEW Ricochet better. He didn't call you fat and.
Yeah, I didn't, and I refuse. You are looking great at the moment, dude. And
You're such a flat.
A lot of respect for you at the moment.
A
lot of respect for you, Mal. I spoke to our former drama teacher for the first time in 16 years the other day.
Wow.
And he had nothing but good things to say.
Bad things to say about me.
Good things to say about Anthony. Anthony's reputation carries way beyond his understanding.
I once remember being called into his office and him saying, Anthony, you do realize that getting your testicles out in the cafeteria is actually a federal offense? And I was pissing myself. I was like, mate, we're in the UK. It's fine. It's fine. You say my reputation sweet. No, you're laughing now. And you know that happened as well. What else did he say? He said testicles should not be placed on the windows. True. You say he's got all this respect for me. Like, what did I do? I was just an asshole.
No, he loves you, man. He loves you. Sorry. So just for context, our old drama teacher in Hull, UK, was from Iowa in the US, and
Mr. G and Maven are from Iowa.
Yeah, he told Anthony off for getting his bollocks out in the cafeteria at our college, which would be most people's high school, so 16 to 18.
clarification right there. I was like, what part are you clarifying? This is the story I've just told. And then you did the actual, very good, very good. This is too funny. Glad you're having a good time. Hook, these guys are comedy gold. I wouldn't say that, man.
Yeah, man.
Man.
we're just like, we're just two dudes that like a couple of years ago, we were like, should we just be dicks to each other on a wrestling stream until we can't be asked to do it anymore? And here we are, still are. We started this 2017. We're still here. So, you know, we got to 1,000 subs. And then we were like, I was like, oh yeah, we got to 1,000 subs. And then I realized we didn't have the bloody watch hours to get monetized. So go and watch all of our stuff.
Oh yeah, bang our old stuff on. Just put
it on, just stream it, you know.
Watch our first video. It's shite. Hookman, that's awesome. I'm going to message you Instagram to set it up. Thank you.
Oh,
Break
dear
history.
God. Oh
with,
my God.
Dean Ambrose, aka
Brian,
what?
Right,
what?
Yeah, whatever, man. Like whatever. Just.
Are you upset that Brian's got the jump?
The Hook interview, the exclusive Hook interview. Yeah, totally. Man. I had a message the other day. I'll be as vague as possible, from someone on the Instagram, and he was like, "How do you get?" You know.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah. I didn't know. It got to a point where I didn't know how to respond because he was like, "Can you set it up for me?" And I'm like, "No, like, no." And he's like, "Is this what I do?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not in the U. Like, just be careful who you believe and who you talk to out there on the internet." I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, be careful who you talk to.
I believe in you, Dom.
Well, thanks, man. I believe in you.
Hook says Bray got history with Dean Ambrose, aka Moxley. Oh God, that'll be terrible, Max. And Brian Danielson the most. Yes,
I'd love to see that.
Danielson. Yeah, Danielson, I think could definitely do something. But I mean, Danielson and Bray's match at Royal Rumble that time was actually quite good. It was a strap match.
It was. Yeah, I remember watching that with Emma, and making a lot of jokes about it. But it was. Yeah,
for your information, Hook, I'm not a fan of Bray in ring, but there were certain matches that he I think people brought out the best in him, and Brian Danielson was one of them. And I'm not necessarily saying Bray is a bad wrestler. I just think his moveset was very limited.
He's a Jake the Snake for the modern generation. He's not.
I know he might be a wonderful wrestler. We don't know. We don't know because he's in WWE. I think he might be a great wrestler.
He's Jake the Snake, isn't he? For the modern generation, he's not an incredible wrestler, but he's a.
No, he might be. He might be. We might not.
I think we're more likely to see him return to WWE than we are to see him in AEW.
Let's hope not. House of Black, Bray Wyatt. I'm very disappointed. 2K22 hasn't got Naked Midian, not yet.
No,
Bray should
Jack.
return as Husky Harris.
No,
great booking.
No,
Bray Wyatt should return as the Pizza Character, the Toxic Avenger. I've gone down 2 belt notches since I broke the ankle, mate. At least you're some weight. You're going to get cancelled and demonetized for that testicle story. Joey, we're not monetized yet, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we're not there yet, man. We still got to do them watch hours. Go watch all our old stuff so we can boost our watch hours.
Please. Bray Wyatt is the IRSJR. Yes, he is. I'd leave
IRS Junior. If I live there. No, you're all terrible. Don't book Bray Wyatt this way. I'll be so gutted.
Mike Rotunda rocks, man. By the way,
what's that?
Mike Rotunda rocks.
Yeah.
I'd leave Iowa too if I lived there. Joey, God, I'm just blessed. I'm not a Cincinnati boy. Not really. I mean, I love you all. Would he be allowed to be called Bray in AEW?
That was my no previous. Bray something else, Bray Rotunda or something. Yeah, but he wouldn't be able. Probably. He wouldn't be allowed the Bray Wyatt name, of course.
But he'd be what's his real name?
Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda works better than Bray Rotunda.
Or Wyndham.
Yeah, Wyndham. Yeah, Rotunda. I like that. Fun fact: T-Mobile Arena did host a pay-per-view from WWE. I think SummerSlam. Fun fact indeed. There. Why is it a fun fact? I don't even know whether T-Mobile Arena is Hooky Boy. Guys, I've had a fairly full-on crapper day. Ant and Dawn, you made me laugh so much. That's what we're here for, man. Talk wrestling.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for being here.
It's going on way too long.
Yeah, well, it's been the most fun I've had doing one because normally I do them myself. So thank you so much for joining me, Anthony. I'm lucky to have you. Man.
Anytime. Even in death, you will still pay your taxes. That's the only thing that's certain in life: death and taxes. Dom. Hook, my YouTube channel is the WSE Lounge. Hook, hit him up, get an interview sorted on there, baby. Villa is the legend of the Great White Buffalo. Indeed, he is. Ball story makes me happy. Good. I'm glad it does. Hook, are you ready to see Veer Mahan? Where? Slipknot is Iowa's most famous export.
That is my favorite Slipknot song, actually.
What was it? Sick.
Yeah, Sick.
Yeah, nice.
I used to DJ that.
I know you
used
did.
to end my
It
night
was the
with-
last song on every set. I know. Yeah.
Sorry. Have I told you that story before?
Yeah, I mean, I've been living with you now for years.
That's to you because Anthony's like, we're like an old married couple. So Anthony's heard all my stories now, so I bore him.
No, please tell everyone. No, please tell everyone the Slipknot story. I'm sure.
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm
please.
just saying, I used to get paid for some reason. I used to get paid to DJ, and I used to end my night on Sick by Slipknot, and I used to love that. Anyway, right.
I'm ready for Veer Mahan to come. Mike Rotunda is literally Bray's dad. Indeed, he is. Give me a Hullia podcast. I would have Hook versus Sami Zayn for the IC title, baby. Hook says, Joey Bellbutton says, judging by how many times Tom came on this stream, he definitely had a good time.
I did. I always do with you guys. I always do, yeah. Yeah, I think the stream is going on till SmackDown. I'm not doing it.
No. Oh, should we do a 3 strike rule strike down?
Well, we have 10 minutes to go, so
Hook wants Josh Woods from Ring of Honor to face him soon on SmackDown.
Josh Woods is great. I think Josh Woods we'll see Josh Woods in Impact soon. He's great. He's fantastic.
There you go. Yes, I know you did that, Dom. I used to do that after and before you.
That was at Cert 18, man. You did that was not in the. Did I do that in the Union as well? But I used to do that at Cert 18 too. Anyway,
did you just have a go at Jack for DJing as well? And he was like, no. It wasn't in an official club. It wasn't in Cert 18. It was merely in the Union campus. It was not what I was doing at Certificate 18, the nightclub in York.
Doesn't it? There's now a kitchen. It's now a kitchen store.
I used to like Cert 18. I really did.
Yeah, it was good times. Good times.
Any reason to go to York?
Yeah.
Ric Flair's dating a 28-year-old woman.
Woo! He's having a great time, I'm sure.
Nice.
All power to him.
Snazzy. Having a good old laugh. The one on the left looks like Johnny Gargano. Who's on the left? You!
I'll take that. I love Johnny Gargano. I'm fine with that. Cool.
I think
Thanks,
he means
dude.
Tommaso Ciampa.
I'm fine with that too.
You do look a bit more like Tommaso Ciampa.
Thanks, dude.
I think.
I mean, I'm not bald, so.
You look like a cross between. You look like if Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and James Ellsworth all.
You always do that. You always do that. Why James Ellsworth, man?
Because he's really fucking ugly.
Shut up. Right.
I got a mod wrestle story in it. You go have a good time. You did it in Union too.
Oh,
you did it in Union too.
Good. What did you end your sets with, Jack? I can't remember. Like, tell me, give me some. I can't remember.
Question mark. Lol, give me a Hullia podcast. He looks like Keanu Reeves and James Ellsworth.
I'll take that. I'll take that too.
Everyone, write someone's name down in chat and then follow it with James Ellsworth and say Dom looks like him.
I'm fine with that. I'll take Keanu and James any day.
New gimmick. I love it.
Any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. I can't see that comment. I can't see it. What does it say?
Which one? Is it K Ballads?
No, I've got Hook laughing, and I've got this one. I've only got the top of it. I can't see the actual.
You can't click on it just in case it's something offensive, Dom.
Well,
anyway. Let me tell you.
Right. So what? Wait. So we've got 8 minutes to SmackDown. So are we clearing off?
Yeah.
Before we do. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not doing it either. No, I'm not doing it either.
Nah. What, WWE? Nah, thank you.
Nah, man.
You're a WWE boy, remember? Nah.
Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Right.
I'm a WWE.
Go and check out the Wrestle Story. Go and support the Wrestle Story. Jack will be
support him. Send him our love as well, actually. I've not seen him for a while.
Santos Escobar versus Andrade on AEW soon. Well, Santos is great. Love him. He's still in NXT as far as I know. But 6 minutes. Yeah. Well, enjoy SmackDown, everyone.
Did you buy MJF's story last Wednesday? I hadn't seen it yet.
No, it was bloody wonderful. No, of course I didn't.
Is it great?
But,
yeah, it's great.
Oh, dude, it's the best promo I've seen in ages.
I've read about it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us.
I love you.
I love you too, man.
Not you, the HULLAMANIACs.
Oh yeah, I love the HULLAMANIACs too. I used to end with all sorts. Usually the replies from Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club or the Killers. Yeah, good work
The
on it. Yeah.
Killers.
Always. Good DJ setting there. You doing WB around Mania? Yeah, we'll do Mania. We'll do the Raw. I'll do the Raw after Mania. I've kept the rule. You'll notice I've kept the rule to special, you SmackDowns and Raws. So usually the ones after pay-per-views. But yeah, every week.
No way.
Every week I'm not doing that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, we love you. Thank you for making this the best How Would You Book episode we've ever done. Thank you, Anthony. I hope you can join me for more of these. It was a blast, actually. A lot of fun.
It's a blast from the past.
Indeed it was. So thank you guys so much. Love you all. Enjoy SmackDown in 5 minutes. I will not be doing it. Go and check out the Wrestle Story. Support them. And we will see you soon. For those that do not know, because we've got a couple of new people in, thank you again. Please do like and support the video, subscribe, whatever. Go and watch our old videos so we can get those watch hours up. I'm going to count down from 5 like a claymore, and then I'm going to say "Hull yeah," and I want you guys to shout or whisper or speak or whatever and say "Hull yeah" with me at the end, and then we're going to
give me a Hull wiser, baby.
Give me a Hull, absolutely. So ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you later. Hull yeah.
Hull yeah.
Hull yeah. Who are we going to put here? I've got it.
Shotzi.
Shots yeah.
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Hull Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.